welcome back to my channel. My name is Charlotte. If you're new here, I make videos about college. I'm a junior at BU, but I'm graduating this August, and I plan on going to nursing school after that, so yeah. As you can tell by today's title of the video, I'll be talking about something that's pretty personal, but also something that I wanted to film on my channel for a little bit. Sorry if you hear noise. Sorry, cops. Okay, anyway, so today's video, I'll be talking about my disease. So I have a disease called myasthenia gravis, MG. I'm just gonna call it MG because it's easier. Basically, what it is an autoimmune disease, chronic autoimmune disease that basically blocks the transmission between my brain and my muscles to do things properly. So an easier way to put it is that my immune system, actually it's not an easier way to put it at all, but my immune system creates these proteins. So say this is super simplified, but say this is, my muscle, and these are the little receptors that are like waiting for signals to, my brain is like saying, hey, move, do this, whatever. My body creates proteins that kind of cover that interaction. So the signals from my brain don't go to my muscles as smoothly as most people. And my body like creates these proteins because it's an autoimmune disease. So my immune system thinks that I need them, which I do not, clearly. And like, it affects everybody differently. So symptoms obviously are muscle weakness because that's what it does. But a lot of people experience ocular weakness, so like droopy eyelids and double vision, blurry vision, things like that. And then I guess that's like the challenge of the disease, is that it affects everybody differently. It's called the snowflake disease, because it can affect like the randomest people. Like for me, the demographic of this disease is normally like women, middle-aged, or older men. And I was 14 when this started happening to me, so who knows why that happened. A lot of people think, or a lot of doctors think, that it had to do with like the maturation of my like hormones and stuff, because they think that there's a thymus gland, the thymus gland below your chest plate, that is like responsible for your hormones and like antibodies and stuff like that. They think that it, like, I guess it had an overgrowth or something, and it produces too many of the antibodies. And that's, I think that's why the onset of my symptoms was like puberty, kind of, because hormones. I don't know. I don't honestly really know, and nobody will ever know why I have it, or why most people get it, but yeah. So basically for me, the reason I'm making this video is because I was, okay, my story here is, when I was like 14, I was an athlete, so I was very in tune with my body. I knew what was going on like at all times. I was very competitive. I was decently good at sports. I played 3 sports all year round, like multiple teams. But I started noticing weakness in like my legs and my arms and my hands, especially my hands. I noticed I couldn't really like open things as well, like bottles and things like that. And I remember one time during basketball practice, we were doing like intense conditioning one day, and we were doing push-ups, and my arms just like gave out, and I was like, what just happened? Like there's like it's one thing to be like tired and like your muscles are sore and you're like, oh, but it was not like that. It was just like, and I just like fell on the ground and I was like, whoa. So I like asked to go get a drink. I was like, whatever. And that was like the last time that had happened for a little bit. So I was like, whatever, like, yeah. And then lacrosse season came around in the spring and I started noticing I couldn't really run as well. I was like, I don't know how to describe it. It was just like really hard to run. It felt like when I almost felt like tingling, and like I would like take a step and it felt very heavy. It felt like my legs were like just gonna give out, and that was very scary. I also noticed that putting my hair up was really hard. Like my arms, I was having a hard time like lifting my arms, but it was very minimal. It was like once a week this would happen, and I was like, maybe I'm just dehydrated or something. So I did go to the doctor, and they told me that, sorry, this lighting is keep changing, there's like a skylight up there, but and they did some tests on me, and it was so early on in what was going on in my body that they didn't detect it. And they told me, maybe you just have like performance anxiety. And I was like, what's that? Like I was like, I don't get nervous. Like I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so I was diagnosed with anxiety. And that was kind of like, that was like the start of like it getting very bad. And I was like, well, this doctor with an MD after his name told me nothing's wrong, so clearly nothing's wrong, clearly it's all in my head. And as the years went on, it got so much worse. Like I had trouble swallowing, I had trouble talking, even like walking to class was very difficult. I would get tired so easily. Like I'd have to like take breaks. I couldn't play, like God forbid, like I couldn't play sports. That was done. And I can make a whole video about, you know, what that was like, because I wanted to like go to college for sports. I wanted to play professionally. Like that was kind of like my life at one point, and to give that up was a whole another thing. That was really hard. But basically the disease progressed very slowly over time. And it got to the point where like my hands, like couldn't really straighten my hands, could only talk for like 30-second increments at a time. But it's important to understand that this was so slow. It happened so slowly. It happened over 7 years, that everybody that I knew, including myself, thought it was just like, well, not including myself, but everyone I knew thought it was just kind of like who I was. Like I was just shy. I didn't talk much. I had a kind of a weirdish voice, like nasally and whatever. And that I just had so much anxiety that I couldn't move, right, and stuff like that. And so that was kind of like what was accepted for me. And all the while I kind of knew like something's wrong, like something is seriously wrong, like this is not normal. I couldn't really like smile, move my face very much. And I Googled MG a lot, like I kind of knew, but because if I said run so differently, I was like, well, maybe like I don't have this because I don't have like certain symptoms that other people seem to have. And I think that's like the point of this video, is that I'm on treatment now, so I hope appear slightly normal or close to normal, but this is not what it's like to have MG. Like I was such a different person. I was so quiet, so sheltered, couldn't really move very well, couldn't do like very basic things, but I adjusted everyday life to the things that I could do. So it kind of just like appeared that I don't know how to describe it. Like it sounds insane to be like, oh, for 7 years I couldn't do this, and like people be like, well, why didn't you go to a doctor? But like it's so much more than that. Like it was such an emotional thing, and like doctors telling me that I'm fine early on, like that was a really big issue, because then I was like, well, maybe I am fine. So I guess the point of this video is that if you are like struggling, or you think you might be sick or something, it's definitely worth it to just like bite the bullet and like stand up for yourself too, even if you're really young and you think like, well, I don't think this is me because I'm like too young to have this or whatever. Like, you might not be, and that's terrifying, yeah, but like there are doctors out there that can help you. My doctor's amazing. And yeah, and I think like I want to insert some pictures and videos of what I used to be like, and even though I hate looking back and I hate like I just it's so hard to like look back and look at how I used to be, but I think that if that can help someone, and someone could be like, wait, I kind of look like that, or I kind of have those like physical symptoms and stuff, then this video is worth it. And that's like the point of this channel, is like not only nursing and school, college, whatever, but also like my progress with the disease that I have and the things that I have to deal with. And I also want to like include that I am on treatment, so I am doing better, and MG is not normal. Like, it does not, like, if you looked at me now, you wouldn't be like, oh, she has MG. But like the truth is that like if I wasn't on treatment, I wouldn't be able to make this video. Like, I would not be able to talk this long. So yeah, I think that's basically it for this video. It's kind of just like an intro to MG and like how I dealt with it, sort of. But like there's so many other videos I can make. I can make videos about what it was like going to the doctor for the first time, my diagnosis, like what kind of tests they run. I can make a video about you know, the different treatments I have, the medicines I take, what it was like being so young and being sick, why I'm honestly like thankful that this happened to me, like all kinds of videos. So just let me know if you want to see that. And also, if you think you're sick or something, comment below. Well, go to a doctor, but also if you want to like talk about it, whatever, I'm always here for that. So yeah, I guess thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it gives you a little insight as to my life and things I've gone through. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.